Starbucks just released their chocolate pistachio loaf. I tried it, I loved it, and I have been test baking like crazy, and I got it. Friends, we're gonna make this together. It's amazing. It's a beautiful marble loaf. It's swirled with two distinct complementary flavors. One is a chocolate mocha, and the other is this subtly sweet, nutty pistachio. Then it's topped with pistachio pieces for a textural balance and crunch. It is amazing. I'll show you how to create the iconic swirl and create a sweet bread that's as much of a treat for your eyes as it is your mouth. What do you say we do this together? The recipe is in the description below. Print it out and you can follow along. First, you need to prep your pan. This is an 8x5 or a 20x13 centimeter. You can butter and flour, or you can do parchment paper. This is what I prefer. It makes a really nice little easy release method. If you want to learn how to do this, check out the step-by-step video here. This is super simple to do. I'm using aluminum. This is light colored, so when it goes into the oven, it reflects the heat. It allows the whole loaf to cook more evenly together. Darker pans or glass pans, they heat up on the outside and the outer edges get really dark. Maybe you've noticed that before, and then the inside is still not done yet. So if you have lighter colored pans, this is definitely the best way to go. Now, preheat your oven to 325 or 160 Celsius. Along with using an aluminum pan, the lower heat allows the batter to heat more evenly together. We're trying to get this just low and slow, baking evenly so that the outer edges don't brown too much while the inside stays undone. Put this aside and let's start putting together our dry ingredients. We'll be doing the reverse creaming method. The traditional creaming method is butter and sugar, whipping it 4 to 5 minutes until it's light and fluffy. This is the reverse creaming method. We'll be putting our dry ingredients into a bowl together, and then we add the fat in. The fat coats the flour, which prevents the gluten from forming. If gluten forms, it makes our bread tough, and we want it to be soft and tender and moist. First thing you need to do is start with some cake flour. This is 1.5 cups. I have already sifted it. Don't skip that step. You need to sift it before you even measure. This is 180 grams. This cake flour has between 6 and 8% protein, and all-purpose flour is like 10 to 12%. So you want to make sure that you're using that lower protein content, because protein is what makes gluten, and gluten is what provides structure for bread. We want our bread to be soft and tender, not structured. Think of it like all-purpose flour is like a sturdy denim jacket, and cake flour is like a silk dress. Next, add 1 cup of granulated sugar. That's 200 grams, and I would recommend you sift it also. I sifted this. Put it right in with your flour. Add 1 1/4 teaspoons of baking powder. That's 6 grams. And a 1/2 teaspoon, I have fine sea salt here. This is 3 grams. Now we're double sifting. This has all been sifted, and now we're sifting again. We want to make sure that the leavening agent, the salt, the flour, the sugar, that it's all very evenly distributed. So we will be sifting this right into our mixing bowl. Once you have all of your dry ingredients in your bowl, give it a little bit of a whisk with your mixer. Now it's time to start adding our fat. We have 1/4 cup of softened unsalted butter. It's cut into cubes. This is 56 grams. And you want to mix this on low speed for about 2 minutes. You're looking for a wet, sandy texture. This is perfect, and I want to show you what it looks like. This is a wet, sandy texture. We have just coated all the flour particles with the fat. That ensures that soft, velvety crumb that we're looking for. I can tell you, I did one of my test bakes. I did the traditional creaming method. It was not soft and tender, so this is the best way to go. Next, you need 1/4 cup of oil. This is just neutral flavor, and this is 60 milliliters. We're using oil with the butter because I did a test bake with all butter, and butter solidifies when the bread cools, leaving a more firm texture. This gives you a more moist texture. So we're doing both. Put the mixer on like 1 to 2, just a low speed, and then just drizzle this in. You'll start to see clumping. When you see the clumping, you can stop. Next, we'll add in our eggs. Put your mixer on like 2, add 1 at a time, making sure that each one is incorporated before you move on to the next. You're basically looking for the yellow of the yolk to be blended in and disappear. Once you have your last egg in, scrape down the bowl. Now add 1/2 cup of sour cream. This is at room temperature. Everything is at room temperature if I didn't say that. This is 120 grams. And then add in 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. That's 5 milliliters. Now that the sour cream and the vanilla are in there, you'll want to mix this on medium-low. On my mixer, it's number 4, for about 60 seconds. It's just enough to whip a tiny bit of air into it and get it all combined, and then we'll move on to the next step. Okay, now your batter should be soft, fluffy, and smooth. Now, this is fun. We're about to do the flavor split. We have to take this beautiful batter and divide it up. Some will be chocolate mocha and some will be pistachio. So first, put all of your batter into one bowl. You should have soft, velvety, silky batter. I just weighed this batter. It weighs about 735 grams. Measurements do not have to be exact. You want to leave 75% in your one bowl and you want 25% in your other. This will be the pistachio. This will be the mocha. I'm actually using a scale. This comes to about 735 grams. So I will be leaving 552 grams and I will be moving over to this bowl, 183. Again, it does not have to be exact. You can eyeball. Since I have a scale, I'm being exact. Now we're adding flavors to our beautiful batter. One of the stars here is pistachio paste. I have it measured out here, but I wanted you to see this. This is 100% pure pistachio paste. No salt, no flavorings, no oils, no sugars. So make sure when you buy, you're looking for 100% pure pistachio paste. This is from Sicily, and their pistachios are noted for remaining green even after they're roasted. So if you're looking for just the natural green, this is supposed to be one of the best. So just make sure you're looking for pure. Sometimes they add oils or milk, and there's very little pistachio in it and more additives. So that messes with your batter as well. So just keep that in mind when you're shopping. Okay, so we're adding in 2 tablespoons of pure pistachio paste. This is 30 grams. 1 tablespoon of milk, that's 15 milliliters. We're adding 1/4 teaspoon of almond emulsion. If you have almond extract, that is okay to use as well. This is 1.25 milliliters. I'm adding green gel food coloring in, 4 drops. If color doesn't matter to you, you certainly don't need to do this. I'm going for that Copycat look, and Starbucks has a very vibrant green, so that's what we're trying to match here. Then just stir this until it's smooth and blended. There's our beautiful pistachio batter. Now for the chocolate mocha batter, you need 1.5 tablespoons of Dutch processed cocoa powder. That is 10 grams. Then we're adding 1/2 teaspoon of espresso powder. That's 1 gram. Then we'll make kind of like a paste. 2 tablespoons of warm water. Just pour that right in. That's 30 milliliters. This may look like a lot of water, but the cocoa powder will absorb this water very quickly. Once you have your cocoa powder and espresso combined and it's smooth and you don't see any lumps, pour that into your batter. Fold this in until it's combined. Now it's time to put our batter in the pan and get this bread baking. First, put your chocolate batter into a piping bag. You don't have to do this, but I'm going to say it makes it so much easier. You can do this with a Ziploc bag, just snip the end off as well. I'm putting some chocolate batter on the bottom. Then pour some of your pistachio on. Spread that out. Be very gentle because we don't want these two to combine. We want the colors to stay separate. So spread very gently. Then take your bag and we're going to create like vertical columns in the bread by plunging this down into the batter and then squeezing, pulling it up at the same time. So push it down in, squeeze and pull straight up. Now add the rest of the batter on. Spread your batter out again. And now we'll finish our bread by just doing some more, plunging this in. Then with your last bit of batter, just do a couple rows like this. And then we're just going to swirl it with a knife. This is done. The last thing we're doing is just adding some pistachios. These are whole, and I chose salted ones just for that little bit of extra flavor. You can put as many as you want or just a few. I'm doing the whole ones because Starbucks did the whole ones. You can chop them if you'd like, whatever you prefer. Now it's time to put this in the oven. I'm setting my timer for 60 minutes. I will start checking it around 50. So just reach in at 50 minutes and just touch. If it's really soft, just keep checking it every 5 minutes. This should take around 1 hour. The internal temperature, if you're using a thermometer, should be around 200 degrees, or that's 94 degrees Celsius. The timer just went off. I had it in for an additional 5 minutes. So this baked for 65 minutes. Looks perfect. So now this needs to cool. Allow it to cool in the pan for 20 minutes, then remove it from the pan and allow it to come to complete room temperature before you cut into it. I'll see you here in a little bit. I am super happy with the way this loaf of bread turned out. It's so pretty. I love the chocolate mocha, how it's swirled in with the pistachio. The little nuts on top are kind of roasted, and it looks beautiful. It smells beautiful, and I'm ready to cut into it and have a bite. Look how pretty this is. I love this marbling. It just looks rich and beautiful. I'm just breaking this in half. Oh, it's just so pretty. It's really, really soft and tender and moist. Wow. I'm trying a bite. So I can see why this is a fan favorite. That light, subtle pistachio and almond flavor combined with the chocolate mocha, those flavors just blend beautifully together. Then the crunch of the pistachio on top and a little bit of salt, the whole thing is so good. I just ate a piece of Starbucks Chocolate Pistachio Loaf yesterday. We have replicated it, except mine is fresh and warm. You've got to try this. If you like quick breads, check out my quick bread playlist. You'll find lots of recipes there. I look forward to baking with you in the next video.